I just checked my calendar, and you know what? It's August, which means one thing. Football's back, and if you can't get excited for football in August, I got nothing for you, big guy. The big guy is excited. Guy in the back is excited. SHIPIT Nation is excited, and darn it, you better be excited too. So let's get started. Everything that SHIPIT Nation has to offer you in 2024. I hope you saw what an incredible year it was at SHIPIT Nation in 2023 for NFL season. And if you're thinking to yourself, I want all that again, well, don't worry. You're going to get it all and more. We have an entire team over here at SHIPIT of just the sweatiest tryhards you've ever met who are ready to offer you every single thing you need for every single slate, including the stack rankings, the DVP rankings, slate plans, player pools, every single thing. And oh yeah, if you don't know, all the stuff that I did at my site last year, DGen75, is now over at SHIPIT. I told you were going to get everything we offered and then more. So it's no surprise that at SHIPIT Nation, they had 3 Millionaire Maker winners last year, over 2 dozen six-figure winners, and a handful of game-changing hits from our community. But what is it that I'm bringing up from DGen75 that's so special? Well, first of all, this thing called the Stone. If you don't know, I invented this for college football to try to help everybody, and now it has just turned into the best tool in all of DFS. You want my ownership and my projections. You want to know who's a good cash play, who's a good GPP play. I put it all into one place called the Stone. I do this for PGA. I do this for college football. We do this for NFL. And here's the best part. You get all of this in one place in addition to everything that SHIPIT Nation is already offering. You're still getting your Tambo, your Hoop, your Marley, your Title, your Hamwich. All of those guys, the sweatiest tryhards, are now there, and you get this in addition to the tools. And here's the best part. None of it is an upsell. It's all the same price, if not cheaper than everybody else in the community, and you're getting double the tools. This is what we do at SHIPIT. We want you spending your money on your contests and not on your content. So if that NFL Stone caught your eye, let me tell you about the college football Stone. I know a lot of you are saying college football is not even legal in 20 states. Yeah, but that means it's still legal in 30. And I am telling you, college football DFS is the next sport that's coming up. If you're intimidated by it, you don't know anything about it, well, don't worry. I have a Stone right here that tells you what's a good cash play, what's a good GPP play, ownership, projections, everything you need, just like we offer for NFL. This was a big part of the merger when DGen came over, as I wanted to bring this over to SHIPIT Nation so people can see how fun college football DFS is. And you're thinking to yourself, man, I don't want to pay no $300 for no college football package. Well, don't worry. We don't separate our packages. We only have a football package. NFL and college football are one package, and here's the best part. Even if you just want to play NFL, our package is already cheaper than all of the competition, and you're basically just getting college football for free. So why in the hell would you not want it? It is an awesome tool. I have the sweatiest tryhard team behind me. College football DFS is a great little addition, and we don't upcharge you because, once again, put your money into your contests and not into your content. So what is this great price, and how does it compare to the competition? Well, let's just put up a chart, Bob. Here you go. You can see that we don't break it into a bunch of packages. We just have a football package, which includes both NFL and college football for $299. Here's the best part. You sign up before September 5th, we're going to give you free run of the entire website, MMA, PGA, MLB. You can be doing all of that stuff all the way up till September 5th just on us, because that's what we do to take care of our members. Not to mention, when you look at this, just start comparing the price. You are literally going to be saving hundreds if not thousands of dollars during the season. That is things you could be putting into your DraftKings and FanDuel lineups and not wasting, giving it to your touts and paying for shit that you don't need. Pay for what you deserve and get quality. That is what we offer here at SHIPIT Nation. 2024 has been a magical year for SHIPIT Nation. The merger between SHIPIT Nation and DGen has gone better than we could have ever expected. Just look at the success across NASCAR and PGA, MMA, MLB. All of the sports out there have been incredible, and now we're going to carry it over to this football season with NFL and college football, and we are going to blow your hair back by giving you the best product at the best price out there. We're also going to teach you about sustainability, about how to play DFS sustainably so you can be there long enough to hit those wins, to get those big hits. We don't care if it's $50, $500, $5,000. We want you to play long enough until you can hit it, and we can do that by giving you great tools at an affordable price, and that is our mission here at SHIPIT Nation. Come be a part of the most incredible community out there. Come be a part of a place that teaches you how to win, and come be a part of a place that celebrates your wins and not fucking moderators' wins. It's been awesome. 2024, the year of SHIPIT Nation. Come join the nation. It's going to be special in 2024. I'm out, you motherfathers.
Come join the nation, baby. Oh, my Jesus. We're just about less than a month away now, Ham, from the NFL season. I appreciate everyone watching that promo off the top there, the cheapest all-in rate in the industry for the NFL season. It's Friday. It's Friday Night Fireworks. It's Friday Night Dodgers. It's Coors Field. It's only an 8-game main slate here. Appreciate everybody joining the chat. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. We got your favorite crew on the screen with y'all. Hamwich, happy Friday, brother. What's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on, man? That video got me hyped up. I mean, goodness gracious, Nades. I mean, say what you want, but if D-Gen has that kind of mentality, that kind of attitude with everything he's been going through in 2024, I can't help but have a great day. It's going to be a great day today. It's going to be a great season, NFL season over here at the Nation, just like basketball and MLB were. But, yeah, looking forward to it. Got another course like where the Rockies taking on the Padres. You know, you're going to get mega chalk on those Padres. And, yeah, looking forward to breaking it all down tonight.
We're going to do the best we can to talk through it here. We're going to cover the 8-game main slate on DraftKings. There is obviously a couple of, 5 games, I believe, that are on that FanDuel main slate. FanDuel, just a bunch of donkeys over there. Get your head out of your ass. You got 8 games on the main slate. Why not just keep it consistent there and do a little early slate or something for the FanDuel D-Gens out there? But nonetheless, if you have questions, we'll try our best to answer those if any of those early games. But like I said, we are going to focus on the main slate for DraftKings, which is 8 games, starting with that Baltimore-Boston game there. But you alluded to it, right? Padres in Coors Field, talking point there. And we got Mr. Chalk Spaghetti, Mom Spaghetti, vomit on her sweater already on the slate. I mean, Spencer Arrigetti's looked great. He's looked amazing. He is Mega Chalk. Gets probably one of the best matchups in all of baseball over the second half of the year, right? We always talk about it. They're those White Sox are getting those old golf clubs dusted off. They're ready to take their old postseason golf trip, right? They won't be playing ball this postseason there. So we're going to do our best to talk through it. Say hi to a couple of people in the chat. Toga in here saying first time he's seen D-Gen and some of the stuff D-Gen's got over there. Watching that video. Good video. Appreciate you. William in here. Bridget Lyon, Stonewell, Aaron, Juice, everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Trevor Bryan, come on, man. I see you in the chat. We always love you tuning in here. You obviously have had some great success in definitely in the showdown streets in NFL. But hey, we got to do our best. And I'll throw it up one more time. NFL. Why join now? Right? You see it. It is a football package. $299 a year does cover your entire football season, which does include college football. We are saying it is a football package because college football is no additional cost. Obviously, it's not available to everybody, but over half the states do allow college football. There's a lot of free money to be made in the college football streets. I love college football. Love waking up on a Saturday, grinding before that 11 a.m. kickoff time there. Overall, it's great. $299. And if you do sign up now, you do get all access to our website, including all the education courses for all the sports, all the premium content, projections, tools, the stones, everything for all the premium sports until August 5th. No additional cost. You obviously get the Shiptimizer included too come football season there. So no better rate now in the industry. You see the other rates up there as always. You guys have seen this graphic quite a bit. But again, football is right around the corner. Preseason's fully in swing. Next thing you know it's going to be that kickoff NFL Sunday there, that first game. And we want you locked in now for football season. One-stop shop here right at the Nation. How much, like I said, vomit on a sweater already. Is it going to be a vomit on the slate for the baseball here? Chalk pitching has been hit or miss as of late. Spencer Arrigetti is the talking point, 8,500 here on the slate against these White Sox. But throw out a couple other names. Sean Manaea has been very good. Gets a great matchup here at home. It is very good hitting conditions in New York, but these fish out of the water, man. It's a Friday night fish fry. I think Manaea will be cooking up those nice Miami Marlin fillets in that old deep fryer there. So talk about him, talk about Arrigetti, and then Schwellenbach and Corbin Burns are all the way up at the top, 9,800, 9,700. Schwellenbach's been elite. He strikes out 34% of right-handed hitters and should see probably at least 6 of them in this Angels lineup. Overall, I really like him a ton. I really like Manaea. Arrigetti's great. He's a great play, but man, on a shorter slate, 8-game slate, I worry more about ownership, especially here where it seems pretty cookie cutter. It seems to be you play Arrigetti, you play Coors Field, and that's kind of you build the same teams, you hold everybody else, and you swing around in a circle tonight in your contest. But what are you going to do up here at this top tier? Are you going to play Arrigetti? Are you going to play any of these other guys or any of these lower owned guys that I didn't hit on here?
Yeah, we just staying 8K and above, or we doing the whole shebang?
8K and above we'll start with.
Yeah. Well, there's not that many, and now that I look at it, but Yeah, I mean, you gotta start with Arrighetti, right? I mean, he gets to face this White Sox team that's not any good, and all this kid has done is had 13, 12, and 8 strikeouts in his last 3 outings. Now, he did get blown up a little bit early on in the season, or a couple times early on in the season, and so we know that blow up spot is there. My only hole that I would poke in that though is like, who on this White Sox team are we like really worried about going on the road? I mean, you got Robert, you got Gavin Sheets, who's been hitting the ball pretty well. Then outside of that, there's not that many people on this team that we worry about. I mean, Friday night in Houston, Arrighetti back at home is clearly going to be one of the chalkier plays. Believe it or not, though, he's not the highest projected pitcher that we have over here at the Nation. So that which was surprising to me, because I would have thought he would be, but I think he's a great play tonight. I think Schwellenbach at Los Angeles against this Angels team is another great play. They're bad. No Mike Trout. They just designated for assignment Willie Calhoun that I saw as well, and you alluded to his strikeout numbers. Great spot for him. You get Corbin Burns at home against this Boston team that can put up some put up some runs, put up some home runs. Most of their power comes from the left-handed side of the plate. We know that Camden Yards does not yield much power to righties, but most of the power comes from the lefties. But they tons of strikeouts in there, so I don't mind Corbin Burns. I'm interested to hear your take on Crochet. No interest for me in Crochet, just not with the matchup and not with how much he's going to be playing. And then if you like Marlin and you like it fried, you're going to love Sean Manaea tonight, because, man, it's going to be a fish fry there in the old Shea Stadium. He's a great play. He's going to be popular as well. Your old saying, you click any optimizer, you're going to get a lot of Manaea, you're going to get a lot of Spencer Arrighetti, you're going to get a lot of Corbin Burns. So those will be the top 3, in my opinion, up in this range.
Yeah, I actually think it's going to be Arrighetti, Manaea, and then there's a cheaper guy that's going to get some ownership here too on the slate by the name of Gavin Williams, young prospect there for Cleveland. Tough matchup with Milwaukee, but 6,600, tons of strikeout upside there overall. I think he's going to get some ownership. But at the top tier, I'm going Sean Manaea at the discount as my favorite pitcher overall. Love the matchup. He ranks very well for us over here. This Miami team, I get it, right? People talking about, oh, this Miami has some tough outs in their lineup. Yeah, they do, right? Derek Hill, pretty low strikeout. Xavier Edwards, pretty low strikeout, and Otto Lopez. But overall, they strike out at 26% rate. This projected lineup against left-handed pitching on the road. I don't care that it's good hitting weather there. They need to put the baseball in play. There's always risk with any pitcher, right, on any given slate. This is the Major League Baseball at the end of the day, right? These are all Major League level hitters. I just like the matchup a ton. Manaea's look great. Great price point. He's a direct pivot off of Arrighetti, probably going to be half the ownership of Arrighetti as well for $200 more. So I really like Manaea as my SP1 on the slate. I'm going to Schwellenbach number 2. 34% strikeout rate against right-handed hitters. And this Angels team is projected to only throw 2 lefties at him, which he does struggle with some lefties. I mean, you give me an Angels team that already strikes out a decent amount. It's a good pitcher's park. And Schwellenbach's going to be pretty low owned on this slate. I mean, 15%-ish, I would say. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I really like that a lot. So he's my SP2. I like Arrighetti quite a bit. He's great. I would be cautious to play Arrighetti and Manaea and then play Coors Field. I probably would go to a different lower owned stack when I play Arrighetti. I will have him on one of my 2 teams here tonight. That'll be reflected over at my cores and in the Discord at the Nation. He's my 3rd pitcher, and then my 4th favorite pitcher up at the top, and probably my 4th favorite pitcher on the slate, give or take, behind obviously Gavin Williams, I'll talk about here in a second, is going to be Corbin Burns. He's a direct pivot right off Schwellenbach at the top. I think he comes in lower owned as well than all those other guys that I already talked about. I think Schwellenbach picks up more ownership, Manaea, Arrighetti for sure, and then, like I said, Gavin Williams. So Corbin Burns, it is a tough matchup against Boston. Overall, they just don't strike out a ton on the road against right-handed pitching. I like lefties a lot more against Boston, and they are projected to throw majority of their lefties against Burns here to start that lineup. So he's fine. I think he's an MME play for me. I don't think I get to him in 3 max single entry stuff, but again, he is a lower owned guy with upside. We know who Corbin Burns is. He has been pitching good at home overall. It's just really good hitting weather there as well in Camden. And Boston's going to fire lefties against Corbin here. So a little bit lower on him. Love the other three a ton. I think you could cut off the pitching slate right there, to be honest with you. I don't think you need to go any lower. I mean, you got SP1 and 2 on the slate at 8,700, 8,500, in my opinion. It's pretty tough to get down to these lower guys. But let's jump down and see if we can pick up on any guys. I want to throw out one guy for you, Gavin Williams. Tough matchup against the Brewers here, but overall this lineup does have some higher strikeouts in there, especially if Tyler Black is in that lineup. He does have some strikeouts to come with him. Garrett Mitchell, Hoskins, both have some strikeouts against righties at home overall. He's just 6,600. He's looked pretty good. Has a pretty good strikeout, good strikeout stuff. He's a young kid, young prospect. He's had 9 strikeouts, 8 strikeouts, and 8 strikeouts, obviously before his last start there. Any interest in Gavin Williams? He's going to get some ownership, but again, 6,600. He's probably the best play by far down here. That's why you're seeing the ownership. But Waldron obviously is pitching in Coors Field, but gets a good matchup overall against the Rockies. I just don't love it a ton there. Andrew Heaney is fine, I think. Andrew Heaney is probably my second favorite guy down here. It is risky against this Twins team, but Twins I like much better against right-handed hitters or right-handed pitchers, when I'm playing them. So I do like targeting the Twins a little bit with a lefty. Heaney at home has been pretty good. Should have some run support behind him. Again, I think he's the pivot off of Gavin Williams, but, man, it's pretty gross down here overall.
Yeah, you nailed it. It's not pretty gross. It is gross. And, yeah, I mean, I guess the only reason you're playing Gavin Williams is because he's 6,600 because he's been pretty terrible most of the season. I know he had a good outing, his last outing against Minnesota, but outside of that, I don't see many games, 1 or 2 games that he's had good. I mean, outside of the Tigers, which he beat up pretty good, I mean, he struggled against better offenses. So actually, if Gavin Williams is going to be as highly owned as you say he is, and I think he's going to be because of that price, I have some interest in Milwaukee. And then I have a ton of interest in Matt Waldron taking on this Colorado team, striking out 30% versus right-handed pitching over the last 14 days, which is, close to 300 plate appearances. Give me some Matt Waldron at 7,800, but I agree with you that you don't need to get down in the dumpster. Maybe outside of Gavin is not a lot of pitchers down here to choose from.
I do. I think you could play some of the Brewers bats against Gavin. It's just, man, at 6,600. I mean, he's got the strikeout stuff, right? 8 strikeouts, 9 strikeouts in 3 of his last 4 starts. He did have 3 strikeouts last week, and overall game managers got to a decent score. Overall, put up 19 DraftKings points. I mean, if he goes out there and puts out 19, 20 DraftKings points again at 6,600, it's going to be very tough for him not to be optimal here tonight, in my opinion. So I do have interest. I think he gets ownership, but I'm not really worried about that overall. So I like him. I like Waldron. I think Waldron's a decent play. And then I don't mind some Andrew Heaney, but overall it's pretty gross. I mean, not really interested in Savali despite how well he pitched last time out. Cleveland just doesn't strike out a lot. They put the ball in play. Can't get behind that. Not going to play any of these other guys down here. So it's pretty condensed pitcher pool overall for me. Go ahead and give the people in the chat the top 4 for you.
Yeah, hey, real quick. What do you think of that 121, the single entry on DK? Like, what are you thinking? 40% on Williams, lower than that? I think it's
no, it's going to be lower than that because I think Manaea and Arrighetti are both going to be. I mean, Arrighetti's going to be probably in that 121. I would say 55 to 60%, in my opinion. Arrighetti will be owned in that, and then Manaea will probably be 30ish to 40%. I would say, and then I mean, Gavin Williams will probably be 20 to 25, maybe 30. I don't think he gets over 30 though.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Yeah. I'm going to have Arrighetti as my number 1 pitcher on today's slate. I think just with the matchup, I know he's going to be popular, but I'll take my chances. Give me Schwellenbach 2, Burns 3, and I'm going to go Waldron 4. And then, that'll be my top 4.
Yeah, no, excellent breakdown there. I'm going Manaea number 1 for me. I like Manaea. Schwellenbach number 2, really like him. Arrighetti 3, and then I'll go Gavin Williams 4 for me on this slate. Let's jump in and talk hitters. We're going to start with a pretty good game here. Some of the best hitting conditions on the entire slate in Baltimore here. Red Sox are going to be basically a bullpen game. I think a lefty opener, and then it's going to be Cooper Criswell for probably 2 or 3, 4 innings, and then the bullpen there. But mean, these Baltimore Bats, obviously they were the first team in baseball to 70 wins this season, hit a ton of home runs. They steal bases, 86 degrees, wind blowing out to left center field at about 10 miles an hour. I like these Orioles. They're going to be low owned on the slate despite being a heavy favorite. Obviously, Coors Field helps that, and the Dodgers help that. But I like this spot quite a bit for these Orioles. 1 through 9 firmly in play for me. You got some cheap guys there in the back half, Jackson Holiday, Mullins, and Urias, that overall make it easier to stack up to get in the Gunners of the world, the Santanders of the world. I really like this spot. And then I don't think you're crazy to take any of these Red Sox. I mean, guaranteed ninth inning at bat, same hitting conditions here. Corbin Burns has shown some signs of struggles, right? Especially against lefties. And these Red Sox are going to throw all the lefties they can handle. Obviously, he is a ground ball guy to lefties. So I would be only looking at probably a mini stack at best against Boston. I just think there's worse pitchers to pick on than Burns. So lower, definitely on the Red Sox. I don't think they're the craziest play in tournaments. Really like these Orioles a ton.
Yeah, normally Orioles against a righty, you're pounding all over. I hate bullpen games, Nades. It's just changing pitchers every 2 or 3 innings. I'm going to be lower on the Orioles, and then like you said, what you said there at the end, it's minis only for the Bo Sox, and Burns being a ground ball pitcher. Tough to full stack those, but my guy Duran, Devers looks nice. Duran and Devers would be the top 2 if I was home run seeking. It would be those guys.
I'll raise you Abreu for Duran. I like Abreu. He hits the most fly balls on this team against righties. I like him and Devers, obviously. So I think a little 2-4 stack. I think it's going to be super low owned. Your boy Weiler Abreu, right, might jump back on the old train there. I don't mind those 2 guys. But yeah, like these always quite a bit. I think everybody's afraid to pick on a bullpen game, but again, I mean, Cooper Criswell is going to be the projected long reliever in my opinion, and I don't mind attacking some of these guys. Next game on the slate is a big one. The Mets, one of my favorite offenses as well here against Munoz. No interest in any of these fish. I mean, Derek Hill is a salary saver, just a lefty masher. If he's in that lineup, I don't hate that. Jake Berger, lefty masher, but not a guy I want to pick on. Manaea is one of my favorite pitchers on the slate. I do like these Mets, 1 through 9 firmly in play. Really like Lindor. Really like JD Martinez. Mart Vientos coming off a double dong there. Pete Alonso. Overall, this is a great offense. They're going to get ownership, but they're going to be definitely behind the Padres and the Dodgers. So ownership shouldn't matter too much with these guys, but I do like this offense quite a bit.
Yeah, I saw Vientos last night there, Nades, in that 2-hole, and didn't have the courage to play him. Probably should have, obviously, hindsight 2020, but he, you said double dong. It would be Jake Berger as a one-off. He's been hot as a firecracker. He's batting second. And then this Munoz guy, I think he's a big fly ball guy. These I think the Mets are popular tonight, like you said, not Padres popular, but they'll be popular tonight against Munoz at home. Don't mind the full stack there on the Mets with Alonso and Martinez as my favorite 2.
Yeah, Munoz, fly ball guy, more fly ball lean to lefties, about a 33% over the last month or so to lefties. So really like the lefties quite a bit. Obviously, Lindor, switch hitter there. Jeff McNeil, Nemo, Winker in there. I like that quite a bit. But overall, just gets hit hard, gets hit for a ton of power. And this Mets team has been hitting the baseball pretty good as of late. So, yeah, they're going to be popular, but helps that we have Coors Field and it helps that we have the Dodgers in very good hitting conditions out in St. Louis against a guy that just throws the ball over the heart of the plate there. So like the Mets for sure. Next game on the slate, Andrew Heaney on the mound, Woods Richardson on the hill for the Twins here. I think this is a sneaky spot for both sides. I don't hate the Rangers. I don't hate the Twins against Heaney. Again, Heaney is pretty good at home, but Royce Lewis, obviously a lefty masher there. Manuel Margot, nice value bat, should be batting towards the top of that lineup. Obviously, he's a splits guy. Likely will come out if Heaney gets yanked and a righty comes in out of that pen. But I think mini stacks here are pretty interesting on both sides. If I were to go to full stack, it'd be the Rangers side against Woods Richardson, who just has about an 18% strikeout rate on the road, can get barreled. Corey Seager, one of the best plays on the slate, in my opinion, at shortstop. Really like him a lot. Adolis Garcia's starting to hit the baseball a little bit more. Josh Young. This Rangers team getting healthy, right? Obviously with Young back in there. I don't think they're the craziest play, right? Last year it was always, right? It was an automatic almost play this Texas team at home against right-handed pitching. Woods Richardson isn't going to blow it by you by any means. So I don't think this is the craziest spot here to play some Texas.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. Not a very good strikeout pitcher, but I won't full stack the Rangers, and we're waiting on this Twins lineup, Nades. Man, I actually love this Twins lineup. It's my favorite. I shouldn't say my favorite because obviously the Dodgers and the Padres. I was going to say my favorite non-core stack. I love me some Ryan Jeffers. I love me some Carlos Santana, your boy Royce Lewis. I think, I'm waiting to see this lineup. But if Jeffers is batting, top 5, it's all systems go because I like this Twins lineup a lot tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate it. Over last month, right? Heaney about a 17% strikeout rate. Fly ball guy, right? North of 30%. His ground ball and fly ball rate are about the same, which isn't very good for a pitcher, right? And you know what these Twins do, especially Miranda, Royce Lewis, Ryan Jeffers, Kyle Farmer, even Santana. These guys all hit fly balls. So I don't think it's the craziest play. Like I said, I do think this is the sneakiest game on the slate, both sides. This, if there was a contrarian game to go to in tournaments, I think it's this one on both sides for offense. So definitely a good game for hitting. Jumping to the next game here, Garrett Crochet, right? We were automatically Xing out any hitters early in the season against Crochet. But as of late, he's given up 6 home runs in the last 3 games. Obviously, last start out, went 2 1/3, gave up 4 home runs, 7 earned runs. In that spot, these Astros don't strike out. They hit for power. One of the worst bullpens in baseball behind Crochet. I think this is a sneaky spot for these Astros. They're not going to get a lot of ownership. Bregman's ripping the cover off the baseball right now. Yordan Alvarez, lefty. I don't care. I mean, Crochet's giving up a ton of power to lefties. Yordan can hit left-handed pitchers. He is 6K. I don't love that. Jake Myers. I mean, you got some cheap Astros here. I'm not typically an Astros guy to stack up. Tonight is a spot where I'm going to be playing some of these Astros bats for sure.
Yeah, but we just haven't seen Crochet, go past the 70 pitch mark. So you're talking, 5 innings, maybe, 4 if he runs into some trouble. And then if they do run into trouble in like the 4th inning, you got 4 guaranteed innings of the worst bullpen in the majors. So you might be onto something there, Nate, especially those righties, Bregman, Altuve. Then you throw in Yordan, like you said. They bring in a righty out of the worst pen in the league, and next thing you know, he hits one to the right field seat. So I'm with you on that Astros stack. That's a good call by you. And then you didn't mention any White Sox. Gavin Sheets has been hitting decent. If you just wanted to get, if you needed to get different, wanted a one-off. If you weren't playing Arrighetti, I wouldn't, enough games where you don't have to, stack against Arrighetti. So one-offs maybe might look at a Gavin Sheets been playing well, but outside of that, these guys, I think, they're going to strike out 8+ times. There's no way you can stack this team.
Yeah, I mean, Arrighetti at the end of the day is a fly ball guy. But, man, he could strike out 10 of these guys here tonight. There's definitely a good chance. The only guys I would look at would be lefties for the White Sox here. Brooks Baldwin is a cheap guy. He's a fly ball guy. Benintendi, if he's in there, he's a fly ball guy. Gavin Sheets, like you mentioned. But outside of that, I mean, this is just strictly off the chalk, going against the chalk SP on the slate. Hope to find a home run or two, and hope that they're the reason why Arrighetti doesn't put up 35 DraftKings points here tonight. So yeah, not really getting to these White Sox too much for me. Next game on the slate, we talked about it quite a bit. Gavin Williams going to be a chalkier SP2. He is the favorite, cheaper SP2 on the slate here. These Brewers been hitting baseball, right? They just took 2 from the Dodgers. They got my boy, right? Freaking Churio in there, right? Just absolutely smashing the baseball. I saw the chat talking about Milwaukee. They're going to be low owned against a chalkier pitcher. Any interest in these Brewers hitters for you? And then any Guardians against Savale here? Not a spot I'm getting to. I just don't want to play Guardians really on a full slate. They just don't hit enough home runs for me. But, hey, Brewers hit home runs, and they're very aggressive on the base pass.
Yeah, it's an interesting game. I haven't started building teams yet, but I know I don't want any Gavin Williams. I don't think I do anyway, but he just doesn't give up many home runs. I think he's given up, 3 home runs this entire season. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, Brewers have been hitting righties pretty good. And then Savale, yeah, I mean, this Guardians team doesn't strike out. I mean, I won't be playing Savale. They don't strike out. They don't hit home runs, but they steal bases. They play small ball. I'm gonna say no right now on both of these teams, just because I don't think they're going to be in the winner's circle when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I won't fault that. That's kind of the boat I'm in. I think the Brewers are an interesting little leverage stack, right? Just because stolen bases alone, right? Nobody played Terang yesterday on that day slate against, I think, Flaherty was pitching, right? And Terang still put up, 24 DraftKings points, I think, because he had a single, 2 stolen bases, right? He gets on base, steals 2 bases. That's 10 points right there just alone in steals. So Brewers can get there outside of hitting the long ball just because they're super aggressive in stealing bases. Willie Adames, I think, has a decent price point. William Contreras hit a bomb yesterday. I think it's mini stacks only for me. Definitely not one of my favorite games on the slate. I think there's much better games, including this next one coming up here. It's the Dodgers. It's Friday night. Doyers against Mikolas here in great hitting weather out in St. Louis. It's not the great hitting park overall, but 90 degrees, slight wind blowing out to center field. It's going to be in the 80s the entire duration of this game here. And the Dodgers, I mean, Ohtani, I don't know what this dude has to do. I mean, this dude should be priced at $7,500 to really make people hurt to play this guy. He's almost up there, right? $6,800. But all he does is steal bases and hit home runs. Should bat lead off here again. Mookie's back in that lineup. They're super expensive. They're going to be high owned. I think this is the first team people come to get off of Coors Field. That's what I'm seeing ownership-wise. Are you playing any Dodgers here tonight against Mikolas and this Cardinals pitching staff? And then any Cardinals here against this Robleski kid character for the Dodgers?
Yeah, let's start with Shohei. And, man, that guy, he's just popping off the page over here. I think he hits a home run. That's not my official home run call of the day, but I think Ohtani goes yard. He profiles so well versus Mikolas. Almost a must play in DFS, I think. And then I haven't even looked at his home run prop. I bet you it's sub plus 200. I bet you it's like plus 175. If someone in the chat can let us know, it's dirt cheap. He's got to be able to go yard tonight. But love him. Mikolas is not any good, but it's tough to full stack these guys. So it'd be an Ohtani, maybe Mookie, a little mini there. That's obviously high price, but love Ohtani tonight. And then I'm not getting to these Cardinals. They're infuriating to stack. They sub, they pinch run, they do all this garbage. So I'm not stacking any of those guys. Goldie's batting like 7th at this point in his career. That's annoying. So yeah, no Cardinals for me tonight against this Robleski guy, whoever that kid is. He's probably terrible, but I'm not playing any of these Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, Wilson Contreras, I think, is a good play as a one-off at catcher. I do want to make a quick call-out. We already hit on this game, but the Astros lineup did come out. No Bregman in that lineup, which definitely hurts the overall lineup of Houston there, but makes it overall more affordable to stack up there. But that is a big bat missing from that lineup, especially against lefties. Bregman hits lefties very good. So they're giving Bregman the day off, but Diaz up to the 3rd spot. Altuve, Alvarez, Diaz, Pena is up there as well, hitting cleanup. So interesting lineup. Houston's rolling out. Didn't want to hit on that real quick. But, yeah, I like the Dodgers. Dodgers are fine. It's just, man, they're super expensive. Ohtani one-off always, every day, maybe even twice on Fridays, right? If you can find a way to play him at first and in the outfield, just use up the $14K in salary and just take your 25 points that you're going to get. But outside of that, Dodgers going to get ownership. I think they're a good offense either way. Good play here. It's great hitting weather in St. Louis. And then, yeah, Cardinals, I kind of agree with you, Ham. Not really intrigued by these Cardinals. I don't think this Justin Robleski kid is very good. He's not had great numbers in his very limited sample size overall. But, again, I just don't think this Cardinals team is very good offense either. Mini stacks, if anything, from the Cardinals. But, yeah. 2 games left to talk about. This next one, we're going to spend a little bit of time on. It is the focal point of the slate. San Diego Padres, who have been playing very good baseball as of late. They're obviously in that race there with the Dodgers and the D-backs for that division coming down the stretch here. Implied to score over 6 runs in Coors Field against Cal Quantrill and the second worst pitching staff in baseball behind him. Talk to me. Are you going to play the Padres? Are you fading them? And then on the other side, this Waldron character struggles against lefties. The Rockies are going to be significantly lower owned, exact same hitting conditions, exact same hitting environment. Obviously not the guarantee of the 9th inning at-bats, but when you play for a shitty team like the Rockies, it's usually full 9-inning at-bats no matter what in your home ballpark here. So talk to me. Any interest here?
To Coors or not to Coors, always the $1 million question. This Padres team right in the thick of a race. I'm assuming they all play to win every game, but they're really going to be playing to win these games down the stretch, get in the playoffs. Man, they don't hit a lot of long balls, Nades. I don't feel like. Arise is like a softball slap hitter out there. They're going to be super popular. I think the road to take in tournaments is to fade these guys in large field tournaments. Their numbers don't pop off the page. They don't strike out, but they don't hit bombs either. So I might cherry pick like a Jackson Merrill, something like that. High Don Kim, maybe that bottom half that people aren't going to play. But I'm not full stacking these Padres tonight. No chance on that. And then those Rockies, Nate, they just strike out too much for me against righties, in my opinion. That knuckleball, I don't know all the science behind it. That knuckleball is going to be shimmying and shaking and dancing up there, up in that thin air. So yeah, no thank you on those Rockies. Give me some Matty Ice, Matt Waldron.
I will say, I believe they say you don't get as much movement on breaking balls in Coors Field, so that could help mitigate the knuckleball. I'm not no science, physics freak or anything like that, right? But I do believe overall pitches just don't do as much, hence the high runs in that in Coors Field typically. But I will say, Waldron, sub 20% strikeout rate, gets hit for almost a 200 ISO and a 30% fly ball rate to lefties. Don't sleep on Toglia. Don't sleep on my boy Sam Hilliard. A nice value bat in there. Jake Cave. Overall, Toglia, massive fly ball guy. Sam Hilliard, massive fly ball guy. I don't mind minis. I'm not going to 5-man stack this Rockies team, but some minis, a Tovar, a Toglia, Jake Cave, Hilliard. I think those 3 at the back half of that lineup is a mini stack at pretty low super low ownership and pretty low salaries overall. I think is definitely interesting. But yeah, I'm with you on these Padres. Jackson Merrill is my favorite play by far, and then I'm probably going to be significantly underweight for sure. I don't think I have any full 5-man Padres stacks here. If I were to go to a chalky offense, I'd much rather go to the Dodgers here. But for overall offense, I think I'm eating the chalk at pitching and getting different at offense. I like the O's already. We like that Twins Texas game. I like the Stros. I like some of these other offenses to contest with the Padres and the Dodgers here tonight. That's just the route I'm taking. The last game on the slate here, we got these Atlanta Braves in Anaheim to face Soriano and company. Schwellenbach, one of my favorite pitchers on the slate, should face majority of these righties, which he absolutely mows down. No Angels interest for me against Schwellenbach, but these Braves I think are pretty interesting. Ozuna, another day ending in Y. You can always play Mr. Ozuna and his 359 ISO on the road this season against right-handed pitching. Soriano has been blown up. Overall, he's been decent over the last month, I see. But talk to me. Any Braves interest here to round out the slate as the late night hammer?
Yeah, I don't think we need a full stack. I don't think we need a full stack the Braves. You said it. Ozuna obviously pops off the page. Michael Harris back in the lineup helps. I'm not saying I'm playing him, but Kelenic, I like Kelenic a little bit. I wish he wouldn't bat so far down in the lineup. He looks pretty nice tonight, but yeah, no Braves. And then this Astros team, Kevin Pillar, maybe that's he's a former Brave great. Anthony Rendon, that guy's awful. Brandon Drury, awful. Yeah, no thank you on this Angels team. We have Michael Harris, projected about first. Is that what I'm seeing? Yeah, I mean, Michael Harrison in the leadoff's not a bad play, Nades. I don't know what you think about that, but
yeah, I think I have a little bit more interest in these Braves than you do. I mean, the Soriano character can get eaten up. I mean, he started the year very good. I think I touted him one slate, and you said he's the terrible play, and I think he got absolutely shellacked there. So I don't hate these Braves. I like other offenses more for sure, but Braves are going to be low owned. They do still have good hitters throughout this lineup overall with a ton of power, and that's what you want in baseball, right? Is guys that hit home runs. This Angel Stadium has given up a lot of home runs over the course of the season as well, so it's not such a terrible park. You see quite a bit of home runs here in Anaheim. So sounds like I have a little bit more interest in the Braves. I don't put them as like a top 3 stack by any means, but in tournaments, I think they definitely give them a look. They're going to be low owned, and I think they have upside to match the Padres or the Dodgers of the world on a slate like this. That's going to do it. That's all 8 games. We talked pitching. We talked hitting. Throw it over to you, Hamwich. We've been hot with these, or you've been really hot with these calls, I should say, these home run calls. Throw it over for the people. Who's going deep tonight?
I got a couple that I want to give. I'm just going to give one. I'll just give one. I'm going to go with. I haven't seen a projected lineup, but give me Royce Lewis. I think he's a cheat code tonight against Heaney. 2+ bases for certain. That's almost a guarantee. And then a home run call is going to be Royce Lewis.
Perfect. I'm going to give it the people too. I'm going to my favorite stack of the night. He's going to see this lefty Bernardino, and he's going to take Bernardino way deep over the Fencio in Camden Yards here tonight. I like Ryan Mountcastle hitting 4th. 4,200, good price point there. And then I'm going to a little lefty action, sneaky stack. Yordan Alvarez going to take Garrett Crochet deep, and he might actually hit a second one off the bullpen here. Give me Yordan, give me Mountcastle. Those are my 2 guys. Parlay those 3 guys together. Should have a nice chunk of change. Like I said, I recommend FanDuel Sportsbook for the parlays on the home runs. A little bit better odds there. But Hamwich, any closing remarks for the people before we get on out of here and send it to the weekend?
Good luck in your contests. Make sure you check us out for NFL. I mean, we got it rocking and rolling over here for that. Boom, there it is right there. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back Monday, Nades. Don't know what the slate looks like, but looking forward to breaking that one down as well.
Yeah, we'll be back Monday. As always, if you are looking for NFL, look no further than SHIPIT Nation. Head over to SHIPITNation.com. Click the banner at the top of the screen. You get premium access, free access for all of our sports until August 5th. No extra cost. You get all of college football as well. Everything included there, $299 a year. And again, if you're looking best ball is winding down here in terms of crunch time. Still got that promo code Drafter over on Drafters. Use that promo code SHIPIT. Gets you a 100% deposit bonus up to $100. You throw in $100 for new customers. You get $200 in your account. Can play there in those streets. But appreciate everybody tuning in. For Hamwich, I'm Nadesify. Good luck tonight in those contests. Stay safe. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys on Monday.